Are you an artist, musician, writer, or creator who might be experiencing a block in your creativity? Maybe you have this sense that you just don't know what to do because everyone else seems to be doing the same thing. In this video, I want to share with you why it might be okay for you to start stealing other people's art. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name's Fola, and here on Deep Mind Squared, we talk all things magical practices and altered states with the hope of empowering you to really walk out your personal truth. And this video was inspired by the very eccentric neo-expressionist artist Jean-michel who in the 1980s grew to very quick fame before he tragically died at the age of 27. And I remember watching a mini documentary about him where he was quoted saying how it's okay to take other people's art and that he allows himself to be influenced by other things he reads or sees in the art sphere. And this had me think as I was reflecting on some experiences over the week where on Instagram and social media, I felt this pull to post certain things and then started to realize that other people were also in the same collective dream space of spirit, and they were posting similar ideas and posts around the same topics. And oftentimes, if you're anything like me, that kind of like old programming self wants to say, well, you shouldn't post the same thing because then people will think that you're just taking their ideas. And I want to invite you here for a moment, whether you are creative or not, to just let all these old programs kind of go to the side as I share a bit of some ways you can start to step into your creative process, however that needs to look, and to recognize that that old story, especially the stories that come from your childhood, from your education upbringing, that doesn't apply to the creative space. You get to start with a blank slate, a blank canvas here. I think it's a beautiful thing when we can be in the inspiration of the world around us and allow it to inspire us to then create. I mean, to me, this is what art is. You go out, you see a piece like a painting or you read a book, and it starts to stir ideas and thoughts and emotions, the feelings internal. It connects you to the collective consciousness of humanity and the animals and the whole world. And then from there, you get to also express yourself. So what if art, through that inspiration of other people's art, can actually lead you to more self-expression? And I was reminded really about when I was young in grade 8, I just moved overseas, was going to like a new school, and I found out that our world history teacher was maybe slacking on the grading of essays. And so the message going around amongst our class was, he didn't really read it. He just would kind of go through it, and if he thought you touched on the main parts, he'd give you a really great grade, and he didn't care. He wasn't looking for plagiarism. And at that point in my life, like, I definitely was not someone who would cheat or anything like that, but part of me was like, well, why am I spending so much time making it way more difficult on myself when I could just see, hey, will this work? And so I will admit here that in grade 8, yes, I decided to completely copy and paste an entire article or like publication from Encarta 98 as my essay to my teacher. And I got a pretty damn good grade. So it just showed to me that, hey, why am I putting so much more effort into things than maybe is necessary? What I wanted to just draw on here is this concept, especially in like academic spheres. For myself, having worked in like post-secondary, I can tell you how much we really just put focus on people making sure that they do not copy. And of course, you can't take someone's idea and call it your own. Like, that's not how it works. Cite it, source it, do what you need to do. And yet this programming exists in many of us where we just feel like, well, if I can't come up with the original idea, then why would I even do it? And I just really want to invite you to like let that concept go. Many times, you know, we've been like playing music and we might start with like a cover of a song and it leads to a completely new song. It's like we get into the flow state of the notes and the chord progressions and anything else that wants to come through. And I think that's really fabulous. Now, more and more, I'm allowing myself to be in that state and not to take someone's idea, but rather to allow it to inspire me. And I hope that you can do the same here. So what does this really mean for you? I think number one, it's the recognition that we are all under the same sun and that there is nothing new under the sun. Ideas are continually coming through to the collective consciousness, and it's up to you to draw it forth, whether it's through an inspiration, through a dream in some form, or however else it needs to come through. Recognizing that in our lifetime, there will be multiple people who get the same idea. This is how we've seen a lot of major inventions or concepts come through. You know, it's like if we are in like flow, then the idea is going to come. And if we don't take the actionable steps to bring it into reality, well, then you might miss out. But it's okay. Whatever you create, you're going to create in your own form. Now, if you're taking someone's words like verbatim, just straight like that, and then putting your own name underneath it, you might lead into like, or get into a lot of trouble around that. You know, you got to face the consequences of that behavior. But if you are sourcing, if you are connecting and drawing forth what's inspired you, and also acknowledging that, hey, I'm allowed to express what I'm being inspired through in my own self way, then that is a magical, magical part of living your personal truth. So whatever it might be, I want to invite you to take the time to post, to share your magical creative ideas to whoever, whatever. Even just this past week, I've been like driving my kid to school and crossing on the bridge. There's some man holding different signs each day, and altogether he's creating a poem. It's really quite beautiful, to be honest. And it's like, that is his own self-expression. I don't care who wrote the poem, where it came from. All I know is that it's inspiring myself and many others on their busy drive in the morning to school, work, wherever it might be. So tune into your intuition, tune into the flow of your creativity, breathe it up from your womb space, from deep in your belly where all life comes from, and allow it to guide you on this path. And until the next time, folks, I look forward to seeing you in another video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and if you'd like to receive more supportive healing and energy work, you can join our membership where there's lots of teachings and different opportunities for expanding your consciousness and really having this sense of inner growth. Until the next time, I'll see you all soon.